Hello there and good morning. First it was a national insurance tax rise for all. Next it's council tax. As per usual, please like, subscribe and comment below. And when subscribing, please do press that little bell, but also select the all option, or you won't get any notifications when I publish a new video. It seems that Boris and his Tory cabinet have decided that economic growth through capitalism is no longer the way forward. Instead, we'll have a heavy round of tax and more tax to fund the Boris Johnson political legacy of levelling up the country. We've already been subjected to a backwards vote in the House of Commons where the PM used his majority to get the money first before any plans have been properly drawn up, let alone published. We've already seen how he intends to spend that money, with job ads appearing for 42 new NHS bureaucrats on an average salary of £270,000 per annum. Now we hear that the Chancellor Rishi Sunak, the one installing the big swimming pool, tennis court and gym at his gaff, Rishi is planning to water down the restrictions placed on councils to prevent them from whacking huge rises on council taxpayers next year, so allowing councils to charge you much more for their services. And why? Because the dosh from the national insurance hike won't reach the councils on time to fund the new care package, because it will be going to the NHS first to deal with the pandemic backlog. Councils will therefore have to bear that initial cost, so government will allow them to raise council tax to pay for it. Oh, but there is another massive driver for council tax rises next year, because councils are employers. In fact, wages are a huge slice of the council financial pie. So when employer national insurance contributions rise by 1.25% next year, our council tax has to pay for that too. So workers are paying for their own national insurance tax rises and those of public sector employers at national and local level. So we're in for a double whammy of tax rises next April. The Tories are turning socialist, massive tax and spend plans and economic growth can go hang, right? Well, maybe not socialist. We've already heard that the rise in national insurance is likely to hit the poorest hardest, so as to ensure that those who live in large houses with swimming pools, gyms and tennis courts don't have to sell up to fund their care costs, because the taxpayer will be paying. And when the arithmetic is done, I bet these upcoming council tax rises will do the same. Now Rishi is the MP for Richmond. There are 8 council tax bands there, A to H, with band A paying the least and band H paying the most. So renters and owners in band A pay £1,320 and 84p per annum. But those in band H, right at the top in the really big, nice houses with gyms, tennis courts and swimming pools, pay £3,962.50 per year, just 3 times more than the lowest. And I would bet that as a proportion of earnings or wealth, those on the bottom bands pay more. Now I'm no socialist, but I do believe in fairness. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, capitalism has to be fair to actually work properly, or else it just becomes crony capitalism. And for those that say capitalism is always crony, I would say so is socialism. Name one socialist country that doesn't have a wealthy, powerful and untouchable elite. Surely there must be at least one out there. The only difference between the two, as far as I can see, is that socialism goes crony much faster with no way out, bar revolution. But it's up to the voters in capitalist countries to keep the government honest. Anyway, that's all for another day. Right now we have a government that said it was looking for economic growth to take us forward, not more tax. But it has now changed its mind and decided that growth-strangling tax is the way ahead, where the rich benefit and the costs are socialised. Less money in people's pockets means less spending, less growth, less choice and fewer life chances, especially for the poorest in society. But the pandemic, you cry. Yes, the pandemic. But a temporary levy could deal with that. What the government is doing is effectively setting up a levy, blaming the pandemic for it, but then keeping the levy permanent down the line, so raising the taxes it said it never would. And anyone in line to get that extra funding is already wailing that it won't be enough. The public sector always wants more. And do you really think the council tax hike will be temporary and be cut back once the NIC payments are diverted, if ever they are, into the council coffers to pay for social care? If you do, then you are naive. This is the new tax baseline. So what's your opinion on the new tax and spend Tory party? Please like and comment below.